Hi everybody, it's Emma. Look what I have in front of me. So I had so much fun making this yesterday that I was kind of sorting through my beads today to like I had a bunch of stuff sitting out like from when I did the memory wire bracelet challenge, and I had like these little trays full of different beads that I was going to do one out of each bead. So I was trying to make room and organize my office, and I'll show you. I say it's somewhat organized. I keep moving things around. So actually down below here there's a tray there, and this was what I was going to do today, and we probably still will do it, but we'll do it in a separate video. I don't want my shadow here. So what that is the cha-cha bracelet, but done with the blues and kind of like snowflakey type beads and stuff like that. So that should be awesome. So we're going to do that. Let me see if I can show you one little thing here. There, you get a better idea of what I was playing with. So yeah, we're going to do that, but that's in another video. But in the meantime, I was coming across all this stuff. So yeah, this is just, again, temporary. I'm trying to do it so that it's easy to access stuff. So let's go back to this. Lovelies. So I had some, I guess I had a few little things like this left over. Like that, and I'm like, ooh, maybe I could, oh, you know what, I need these. Forgot those were there. These are for the charms. Wow, those are those Rondell crystals, the 1800 I got for like $3 or $4, and oh my god, they're so tiny. So let's move some of those crystals away with the charms that we're going to dangle from this memory wire bracelet. So I thought what I have here, so these are the charms I'm going to put on. These guys, these I got from Art Beads. They are gorgeous. I have a ton of these colors, and I mostly got blues, so I have like probably 10 different colors of blues, and I didn't realize too when I was ordering them, some have copper finish inside and some have silver, so most of mine have copper. It's too bad because, you know, it works if I'm doing golds, but if I'm doing a silver bracelet, I really need the silver. But anyway, that's an aside. So the other thing I came across were these guys. These were left over from a Michael's haul, and this is coral, and I made a lovely, it's funny, I made a memory wire bracelet, a single one with these guys. Let me see if I can grab it. I was searching all over the place for it, and here it was hanging on a special bracelet hanger. So that's what I made with that one. That turned out really pretty. Very simple with some gold spacers, and yeah, that turned out awesome. So I had those guys left over. These here are red jade, dark red jade, and then I have different color fire polished and crystals, and these lovely saucer beads. So yeah, let's see what we can create with this. This part is so much fun, mixing them together. Oh, there we go. Let's get a piece of wire. So I think we'll probably try and cut 3 to 4 strands off of this. And I can never find the oh, it's in my hand. I'm like, I can't find the beginning. It's right here. So let's go 1, 2, I don't know if that's the right way. 2, 3. Yeah. So let's cut it right here. It's probably way too long, but looking for my special cutters, and of course I have a special place for it that I cannot find. Man, those work amazing. Okay, let's see if I can get this. Look at that. Lovely. Okay. Let me see how this. So that is on there really good, that bead cap. And you know what? I think I'm going to do it again. So I get my crazy glue out. And one of these guys. And let's just find the hole. There we go. This crazy glue worked so well. It glued the. Oh, Wayne, please. Where's the other? I have a couple of tubes for those guys. I don't know if that was the. There was one I couldn't open last night, and I bet you that was the one. Oh, you know what? When I have them in a pill jar. I mean, you can buy them, they come in the pill jar. And I like to keep them standing up so that it doesn't leak. So this is the good one. Yeah, that's a lot more better. So I'm just going to put a drop. And I have a kitty cat scratching at the door. I haven't been letting him in lately because he's gets in the way. Well, it's my fault. I let him get too close to my desk, and then he starts attacking strings on my desk. So I am just gonna pop that in there like that, and I will do that. And I'm probably going to take a, I don't know if I have a Q-tip there. It's a bit dirty, but just see if I can get that drop off there. So it doesn't glue on to anything. And it's already solid. Look at that. God, I love crazy glue. I mean, just, yeah, it's not moving. Perfect. I like it. So let's find the other side to this and start. And I'm going to do the same thing I did yesterday. Is I'm just going to straighten this out a bit to help me get my beads on. There. So let's get one of these guys on. Oh, you know what? I tested it and it worked, but you know, I think because I have that bend in there, it's a bit tight. That's already. Let's take another one of these. I can hardly see, the camera's in the way. Okay, I'm going to leave those guys at the back for now. And we'll just grab a bunch in my hand. Different sizes. So I'm curious what people are working on these days. So if you will have some time, post a comment and let me know what you're working on. Do you do bead weaving, leather bracelets? What type of other jewelry designs? I'm always curious what people are up to. So I like this color combination. It reminds me of fall, but it also has like an elegance to it with the deep red. Love, love. Ooh, let me take one of those. I love this. Gorgeous red. Just kind of. I wonder if I need to clean my lens. Sometimes because you're handling your tablet so much, it gets muddy. So I don't often go on to Facebook, but I'm working on doing more of that just so that if you joined my Facebook group called Bracelet Workshop, then I get to see what you've been working on, which is awesome. And if you haven't joined that group, definitely, there's not much going on right now. A few people have posted a few things, which is awesome. So I didn't realize I put a whole bunch of crystals. I almost want more of the big things. You know what? I'm wondering if I need to take some of these out so that I'm not. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I really want the big beads in there. So I didn't realize I was grabbing the little ones so much. So let's take some of these guys away. There. I think that's. And throw some of these red crystals in. There. See how that works out. Okay. So yeah, so I'm working on spending more time and doing some different posts and challenges, maybe. Giveaways. I say contest, but not really contest. Maybe a design contest would be kind of fun. Let me put one of these guys. It's really hard not to pick what bead to go next. Like, just do it random. Yeah, that's better with the differences. Let me bring it all the way. The bead keeps coming off. Ugh. It's funny, I have lots to say, but I'm almost concentrating too much on this, which I think is kind of silly because I want to keep them random. I may have to add those things back. Do you know what? Let me do this. And throw one of those in there. And do it this way. Because I feel like that's one strand right there. Okay. It seemed easier last night. I think because they were all the same size, it made it easy, and as much as I'm trying to do it randomly, I still find myself going, oh, I need to put one of those big ones and then a small one, and so as random as it is, it's not. So yeah, there was a point that I was going to make about the Facebook. Oh, okay, now I remember. So when I went on Facebook today, I saw a post by Brittany from Turquoise Street. Her poor little Goldie had a seizure 2 days ago. So she's pretty tired. So yeah, we're sending all our love to Brittany and her little baby. Our little YouTube star. Poor thing. Those chihuahuas, oh, they're so sweet, and they have so many medical issues. As far as I know, when I was nursing in North Carolina, one of the nurses I worked with had chihuahuas, and she had bought one. I think she said it was a teacup chihuahua, which, from my limited knowledge of dogs, what that means, teacup is the tiniest dog you can get, or type of, in that specific breed. And so you know how you have like a miniature Doberman or something like that. Teacup's like the tiniest. So she had got her mother a teacup chihuahua for Christmas, and she had chihuahuas as well, and this poor thing was so tiny that it didn't survive. It was really sad. So we're sending all our love to poor little Goldie and to poor Mommy Brittany. That's awful. Scary. I know, it's so funny. I always had dogs, never had cats. And when I got together with my wife and we started looking for a house, she said, when we get a house, we're getting cats. I was like, oh boy. I thought that cats just slept in a closet and got fat and were annoying. So, of course, I was not keen on getting a cat. And then we decided, well, we went to get a cat, and we went to the SPCA, and the shelter was disgusting. They had wet food and litter boxes in the, and of course you have to have it that way, in the cages with them. And the wet food, the only reason they have wet food is they get a lot of donations. So if somebody has a cat that's passed away, they'll donate their leftover canned food to the shelter and they use it up, right? So, but they had multiple cats in one little cage. and they were all sick. Every last one of them was sick, and it stunk so bad. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. So I picked up one cat, and as soon as I picked him up, he snuggled into my ear and started licking my ear. Well, here's the story. When I was about 8 years old, I had a cat who used to sleep on my hair at night. I had long hair, and he used to sleep on my hair at night and lick my ear to help me fall asleep. So when I lost that cat, I got really kind of I don't know, jaded, I guess. And I was like, oh, I'll never love another cat again, kind of thing, right? You know, nobody ever, like, my parents at the time didn't really, it was like, oh, okay, well, we'll take care of it, kind of thing. But they didn't take care of me and my loss. And, I mean, you can't blame them. They had 9 kids, so it kind of wasn't on their radar to think that I didn't know anything about death and stuff like that. So anyway, so when this cat started licking my ear, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the one. So at the time, the television show Dexter was really popular, so we called him Dexter. And Dexter was hilarious. But we got him home, and the night we took him home, he almost died. Now, I need to take some of these crystals off. There's not enough room for the end of my bracelet. Let's definitely put these ones on. So, it was like he was taking his last breath. You know what? There's a little too many crystals here too. Let's make some room for these big guys, because we're almost done here. So, what do I have? Let's put this guy here. So, yeah, the first night I said to my wife, you know what? I'm a nurse. I know when somebody's taken their last breath. And this cat is going like a minute without a breath, and then a breath, and then nothing, and a breath. It was clear that this cat had some type of cold, and was really sick. So here's the thing with the SPCA is it's mandatory that you buy a insurance, which it's like $15 or something, but it's just kind of, I thought it was a bit of a cash grab. So anyway, they made us pay for this insurance for the cat. In case the cat was sick, it would cover any health coverage, so vet fees, medication, stuff like that. So went back the next day, said, cat's sick. So the vet looked at the cat and said, yeah, cat's got whatever, some respiratory illness. And I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get this to move all the way down, and it keeps sliding back up. There. Just wondering if I have room for 1 or 2 more crystals here. So, yeah, we'll leave those aside. That is, oh, look at that's weird, eh? How those two landed in the same spot. Oh, this is gorgeous. That was really quick. Okay, so I think I could probably add a few more of these. So yeah, when I went back the next day, they had a prescription ready for me that they had filled, and they wanted me to pay for it, and I'm like, well, I paid for the insurance to cover that. And they're like, no, it doesn't. That's only if the cat went home with the illness. This cat wasn't sick when you took it. It's like 24 hours earlier. I'm like, are you serious? This cat was on its last breath the night we took him home. Oh, and it gets better. I forgot about this part. I don't know how. I must have blocked it from my memory. Oh, I need the special peppers here. When I noticed, because the cat we thought was going to die, we had it in the bed with us. And I looked down and I saw something on like a bug or something on the pillow. And I realized he had worms. So being a nurse, I freaked out. It was 3 a.m. I had my wife strip the bed sheets down. And yeah, that was just not good. So of course, and we were arguing too. That was not much fun. So I have a question for you guys. When I turn these, now when I turn it towards me so that these guys are sticking out, it always ends up twisting back up. So how do I get these turns to stick out this way? I mean, I guess I could try. Let me see if I can. No, it's just twisting the bead, the wire. I'm just gonna, maybe if I'll use these to begin with, and I'll open that a bit. Maybe kind of turn it that way. That's a little better. There. Let's see where so this is just looking amazing. Okay, so let's get this. Wow, that is crazy. Now I understand why you guys love these bracelets. They're so beautiful. Okay, so I think I need some spacers. Oh, I have a few here. So yeah, she made me pay for the prescription, and the prescription was supposed to be for 2 weeks. And again, being a nurse, I opened it up in front of her. It was a syringe, and it was in a pill bottle like this. So it was one syringe, and it had like less than a 1/4 inch of a dose in there. And I said, there's not enough medication in here for 10 days. Oh no, that's plenty. You don't need to give them much. And just going on. I'm like, I could tell you just by looking at this, there's not enough medication in here. But again, it was just not good. Oh, that looks nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. And let's see if I can do this a lot better than yesterday. I'm gonna try and do a bigger wrap to begin with. Oh, this is hard. I must have grabbed a different head pin. I did. The other ones had little balls on the end. So let's go here. Keep it in the same spot. Turn it again. And this is where I run into problems. Ugh. Let's see if I can pull this tight. Sorry about that, I'm out of view here. Yeah, it's a little better. I'm impressed. So anyway, I can't remember now if I just took it and paid for it and what the whole deal was. But we managed to get him through that. But he only lived for 3 years. Oh, and so here's the other thing. When you get a rescue, you have to pay for their spade and neuter and their initial medical care. So it's like you're buying a pet. So we paid like $300, I think it was. And you get a free vet appointment. I'm looking for my clippers here. Oh, there they are. So a free vet checkup with that. And basically what they do is when the animal needs its 3-month booster, that's when you go and get your visit with the vet. So that's what we did, and we went to see the vet here in Eastern Passage. And when we got there, the vet's like, "Oh, it's Dexter." And actually, they named him Victor. I was like, yeah, we're changing that name. I mean, Victor's a nice name, but it wasn't, I don't know. That's what they named him in the kennel. So let's see if I can straighten that. So there, that's not too bad. I'm doing a little better. Maybe a stiffer head pin. Okay, so these guys, I want to do like I did the others. We need some crystals or some beads. You know what? I like the bigger crystals. Let me see. I used them all on this one. Let's see if I can find some that match. Okay, I do have some reds. Yeah, that'd be nice. And then maybe some brown. So yeah, one day, poor Dexter. Well, that night, before he passed away, that night he I'm not feeling that. Maybe it'll look nicer with the spacer. Spacers on there. He peed on the carpet, which was really weird for him, and when he did that, he had blood in his urine, and all of a sudden he was really weak. And so before we had a chance to take him to the vet, and we really didn't want to take him anyway after our experience. And you know what, I think I'm gonna take these ones with the ball head pins so that they're a little easier to work with. And I'm going to be clipping the balls off anyway. That's right. Okay. I think I need some more spacers. And where is my tray of spacers? Just 1 minute. So I am just going to, first of all, I'm going to straighten these. And secondly, I am going to see if they look better with the larger bead caps. So yeah, the next morning, we took him in our bedroom with us. We took his kennel, like his travel kennel, and we put him in there because we were worried he was going to have another accident, and we brought some water up for him. So the next morning again, he was super, super weak. Like he couldn't lift himself up. He could barely lift his head up. And I'm just going to check how these look first. So I put him on a chair, like a big comfy chair in the living room, and my wife was getting ready for work, and I went. Yeah, I took him downstairs, put him downstairs. She was getting ready for work, and when she left for work, I went back upstairs to get his bowl of water, and when I came down, he had passed away. So that was really sad. So that looks really good. Wondering where I should put, if I should just put this on here like this. Ooh, I kind of like that actually. I think it needs to come down a bit though. So maybe put it on the loop. Okay, let me see if I can do this. I know exactly what I need to do, but let's see if I can do it. Okay. So let's do like that. So yeah, so that was my first experience as an adult with a cat. So my wife kept saying, you know, we should have got 2 cats. Like, how do you figure? Okay, so now would be the time to add my fish. And at this point I could add it to the bracelet too, but I think I'm going to use a jump ring. And really I could put the fish on the jump ring as well. But we'll just continue this way. It is kind of getting in the way here. There, that should work. So one day I came home from the yoga studio and she said, I want to take you for a drive. I'm like, oh gosh, are we going for a car test drive? She takes us for test drives all the time when we're buying a new car, and I'm like, oh, it's like, just shoot me now. She's like, no, it's not that. You'll see when we get there. That's what she kept saying. And then finally she told me, she said, no, we're gonna go to. So here's the thing. Oh, the part I forgot to tell you is the vet knew this cat, and she was so proud of the fact that they have a no-kill policy. And we were like, clearly this cat that they sent us home with, and then when we got him home, they were like, no, he wasn't sick. It should have been euthanized. Like, it was cruel that this poor cat was so sick. So anyway, and the other thing she said was that he had been in the kennel for 3 months, which is very unusual for cats. They usually get adopted out very quickly, and he was only about 4 months old, so he would have been a teeny tiny kitten when he got there. So those ones don't even last 24 hours. They get adopted out very quickly. So that's, this looks really good. This is awesome. So yeah, like that. Okay, so there's those two. Let's work on the last one. So I kind of liked it with the bead caps. So we'll put one at the bottom, a crystal, a spacer, and she also, the vet also said that he had worms the whole time he was in the clinic. So he had it for 4 months, and they sent this cat home with us. Yeah. So we were not happy with them. So when she wanted me to come and take a look at these cats, there's another private shelter that this gentleman started here, and because of his love for cats, he wanted to, you know, do a proper shelter that's just to do with cats so that they get the attention they need and get adopted out to families that are going to take care of them. And you actually, like, they actually check your references before they let you adopt a cat. So, because I remember we asked a few people on our swim team if they would recommend us for the cat. And they said, absolutely, just give them our number. So we, one of the guys said, oh yeah, they Bide a While, and that's what it's called, Bide a While, called us and asked for a reference. And you're like, oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I'm gonna take these ones to hang on to that part. Let's see if I can use the others. So I said to her, okay, we're going, she assured me, we're going just to look at cats. We're not taking any home. I said, promise me we are not taking any cats home. She's like, yeah, we're not. So we get out of the car in the parking lot, and I had her promise me again, no cats are coming home with us. And it wasn't so much for her, it was more for me, because I am such an animal lover that, I mean, I would just open my door and call all the animals in the house and say, come on, live with me. I love you. When we go for walks, I name all the animals we run into. She's like, I think the owners would be a little upset if they knew you were naming their pets. And I'm like, no, they just don't know they named them the wrong thing. The animals told me that's not their name. She's like, okay, Emma. So we get there, and they had a few old cats. Like, they have an area that's like a lounge area for the cats. It's hilarious. So they take all of their positions of, I don't know what you would call that, like the high ground kind of thing. And so there's the other one. This is pretty. So let's get those guys on there. And so yeah, they didn't have many cats, and the guy said, well, we have some cats in the back that are still in quarantine, but they're fine, and they're this was like on a Saturday, and they were due to be taken out of quarantine. I'm just trying to figure where I should put these guys. If I should put them all on the thing or move them around. You know what? I think I might put that guy there. Actually, I might put them all over because, one, there's a whole bunch of crystals here. And two, I want them to kind of dangle separately. Okay, I will put the pine cone over. So we get in there, and I have pictures of us each holding a cat, and they were probably 3 months old, and we would have, there was the one cat that had a brother there, but the brother was already picked, which was funny because the brother was crazy. We came in and he started pulling his blanket, throwing it in the water, dumping his food, jumping all over the place, climbing up the cage. I'm like, this cat's crazy. But it was like funny, not like psychotic crazy, right? And they're like, no, that one's already adopted. I'm thinking, yeah, I can see why. It's like just a ball of energy. So we got his, so we picked up, Jen picked up his brother, and I picked up this other cat that was white. And we have pictures of us holding these guys. Oh my God, they were so cute. I'm just wondering if that would, yeah, you know what? I think that'll work. So we went and sat in the office with the owner, manager, whatever, and he interviewed us and had us fill out the forms, and he basically said, you know, when I actually think he approved us right then and there, although he still did check our references, because I feel like we paid for it at that point. And he said, you know, I'll give you a call on Monday if everything goes well. You can pick them up. So that's the end of that story. We've had them for 5 years, and they're just... Well, the story is, I said to my wife, if something happens to these cats, you can just take me to the hospital right away, because I'm going to totally lose it. They're just so part of our family. It's incredible. So there's these lovely guys, and this is this beautiful. I feel like the lighting is off on this, so you can't really get the full effect. And there's the cat part. And there it is. Beautiful. Thanks for watching. I hope this wasn't too boring. I mean, I already did one memory wire bracelet, but I just couldn't resist. And I have a few trays of, I came across this mix of beads. So I made this leather bracelet that had, like, it was knotted with these big Pandora beads, sparkly beads. But I think, and I was so excited when I found another strand of those. And I bought these, but I don't know what I'd ever use them for. So I'm wondering if I could add them to that with maybe, these are the snowball ones. And then if I added some more crystals. So I think I might throw a bunch in there and see if we can make something with those. And then I have these. Let me see what the main... So I think the main focus would be these guys, but you know what? I don't know if that'll work with the seed beads. But there's a whole bunch there. But you know what? I think we need to do the cha-cha bracelet next. So let's do that. So there you go. Thanks for joining me, and take care, everybody.